Hello and welcome to Prudent IAS. As I have told you in the previous lecture that we are going to start a free answer writing program, and today we are proceeding with that only. We have promised that we will cover the basics to advanced of answer writing. You must be wondering, what is the basics of answer writing? The basics is the directive words. These directive words are used by examiners to confuse you in the exam, and we'll make things easy for you. These directive words are the action words which guide you how you need to structure your response. If you will understand each of the directive word carefully, then you will write what the examiner demands by the question. In this video, you are going to learn about some common directive words. We'll tell you about the meaning as well as the examples to help you answer the questions in exam. Now let's move forward and start with two directive words, analyze as well as assess. These two directive words often seem similar, but they are different. How? Let's see. Analyze. When the question asks you to analyze the topic, what are you going to do? First of all, you need to break down the information into some components. For example, analyze the factors affecting climate change. Here, you will jot down all the key factors like greenhouse gases, deforestation, industrial activities, and then you will examine how it actually affects climate change. You will develop some interrelations between the topic. So, here you will write about the causes, effects, as well as the significance of the topic. When we'll come to assess, what does assess means? Assess means you need to evaluate the topic. How? On value, importance, and here you need to write about the advantages as well as the disadvantages. For example, let's take a sample question. Assess the impact of technology on education. Now, how you are going to approach this question? First, you will write a brief intro. Then, you will write the benefits of technology on education, like accessibility, interactive learning, and then you will write about the disadvantages like distraction and digital divide. Here, at the end of the question, in the conclusion, you need to form a balanced judgment. So it's quite evident, right? While analyzing, you just need to highlight the factors and develop interrelationships. But while assessing, you need to even pass a balanced judgment. So keep these key points in mind, and then certainly you will phrase the answer as per examiner's demand. Now let's come to two similar topics, compare as well as contrast. They appear similar, right? But they are not. Let's check how. While comparing, you need to write about the similarities as well as the dissimilarities, like the differences. For example, if the question is compare the political system of India and US, how you are going to approach this question? You will draw a comparative structure. Of course, after intro, you will write India here, US here, jot down the similarities and then the dissimilarities. This is going to give a weight approach, similarities and dissimilarities. While coming to contrast, what you need to keep in mind, it focuses especially on the differences, not the dissimilarities. For example, the question is contrast urban and rural lifestyles. Then what we are going to write? First, a brief intro on the topic, and then we'll highlight the differences, not the similarities. So the crux of this topic is you need to highlight the similarities and dissimilarities in comparison and only the differences in contrast. But what is common? The common point is do not just give explanation of the similarities and dissimilarities. Rather, you need to provide examples to illustrate each point. And of course, at the end, the depth of analysis matters. Now let's navigate between criticize, define, and describe. These three terms are most common while answering UPSC and state PCS exams. Let's come to criticize. Here you can see this symbol, right? How is the weighing machine? It's tilted towards the disadvantages, the dissimilarities. So what does criticize means? Criticize means first you will highlight the strength in brief, and then you will highlight the weaknesses supported by evidence. Here you won't just simply disapprove that, okay, this is right, this is wrong. No, rather you will follow a well-reasoned opinion. Okay, now let's come to an example. Criticize the methods used in the research study. The approach for this question will be write a brief intro about research study maybe, and then jot down the methods in brief, because you need to strictly follow the word limit. After jotting down the methods, you need to criticize each method with example by supportive evidence. Now let's come to define. While defining, you need to keep two things in mind. One, precision, and other, clarity. So you need to provide a precise and concise meaning of the topic. You will incorporate the origin as well as the context. For example, while answering historical or geographical questions, you can give the origin, the context of the topic. Let's take an example. Define photosynthesis. What you will do is give key definition. It's often better to use definition given by a source. For example, if the question is define climate change, a basic one, so you will write the definition, the key definition given by United Nations. This will definitely help you in scoring better marks. Now let's come to describe. Describe and define, they often seem similar, right? But they too are also different. Define focuses on precision, being concise, how you can define in short manner, while describe focuses on a detailed account of the event or even a concept. While describing, you need to incorporate the characteristics as well as the components. You can also add some diagrams if possible. Let's take an example. Describe the process of digestion in human beings. This will give a comprehensive detail, step-by-step process of digestion in human beings. You cannot skip any process. But you will also keep in mind the word limit. Now, how you are going to manage all of this? This you will be learning in our upcoming lectures. Now let's explore, discuss, evaluate, and examine. So you can see this icon, right? Bulb. This means you need to light up your mind. Critical thinking. Because here you need to provide all sides of an issue. For as well as against. Discussion needs to be comprehensive. For example, discuss the advantages and disadvantages of online learning. This will give a detailed account of all that. See, you have used the comparative structure in compare, right? Like this, I have told you earlier. But while discussing, there is no need of using this structure. While discussing, what you can do is just write down similarities, subheadings and points, dissimilarities, subheadings and points. Now let's come to another directive word, evaluate. Can you see this? Again, weighing down. Yes. So here also you need to provide a judgment, but this judgment must be based on certain criteria. You need to justify your opinion. Now यहाँ पे opinion doesn't means your opinion, but the opinion which you have developed by reading concrete facts, newspaper, not just the social media one, right? Let's take the example. Evaluate the effectiveness of renewable energy resources. What you are going to do in this question? First, you will establish certain criteria like cost, sustainability, reliability, and then you will evaluate the effectiveness of each source against these criteria. This will definitely help you in fetching good marks. Next, let's come to examine. Can you see this magnifying glass over here? What does a magnifying glass does? It magnifies in detail. Similarly, you need to look at the topic in detail. You will consider its structure, components, the relationship between the structure and components. For example, examine the role of United Nations in world peace. Now this definitely involves some critical thinking because you will give a comprehensive account of the role of United Nations in world peace till date. So all these three keywords, they require some level of critical thinking, but they all have different end goals. You need to keep in mind that which topics require a judgment, a concluding judgment, balanced judgment, and which don't. If you will assess these things easily, then definitely you will write better answers. Let's decode. Explain, identify, and illustrate. Again, 3 very similar directives and very confusing as well. But I'll make it easy for you. See, now the bulb is cancelled. So, no more critical thinking. Just explain with detailed description the concepts. But here you need to provide reasons, causes. It is very important. In UPSC especially, it is very important to write down examples, evidences. Let's take an example. Explain how photosynthesis works in plants. So, do you remember we had used similar question, define photosynthesis. In that question, what you have done is simply given the definition of photosynthesis and the steps involved. But here you will go beyond surface level description. You will answer why and how of the topic. It will be a more detailed description, again in the given word limit. Now, you must be wondering, it is very difficult how to differentiate, how to write these things in given word limit. We'll help you with that in our upcoming classes. Also, are you noting down these presentations? You don't need to do that because we have made that easy for you as well. Because in our Telegram group, Answer Writing by Prudent IAS, we will be sharing you all this content at free of cost. Now let's come to next keyword, identify. Now identification, what does it does? It tests your ability to recognize. So let's take the sample question first. Identify the causes of French Revolution. You need to be very precise. Just give an intro about French Revolution, its year. Give a major heading, causes of the French Revolution. Just jot down all the causes. Identify and just jot down all the causes. So here what you need to do is just give the specific elements without detailed description. Here precision is the key. Let's come to next keyword, illustrate. Can you see this icon? Yes, it involves a picture, right? So here again the use of examples is most important. You need to clarify the concept by using case studies, examples. When an examiner phrases a question using illustrate, what he needs to check? He needs to check your ability, how you are going to apply the concepts to real life situations. Let's take a sample question. Illustrate the concept of supply and demand with real world examples. Now, the concept of supply and demand is theoretical, but you need to use real world examples to justify that, okay, this concept can be applied in real life, and also define the pros and cons of the concept. Now, let's understand another set of directive words, justify, list, and outline. I know the list is never ending, but if you will understand these directive keywords, then trust me, answer writing will be a piece of cake for you. So let's start with list. Again, this icon. So while listing, you need to present the information in series. Here, what you need to keep in mind is, you will write an introduction, major heading, use the bullet points or 1, 2, 3, 4 alphanumeric digits. Just list down the detail. No explanation is required while answering these questions. For example, list the stages of mitosis. Simply jot down the stages of mitosis. Let's come to outline. Here, what you are required to do is, you need to provide a brief summary, outlining the points, right? Just the brief summary of the main points. No full detail is required, but more detail than list. In list, just the points. Here, what you need to do, how you need to structure your answer. First, write down the introduction, major heading, then brief explanation of the points. Okay? This is the basic difference. So while proceeding from list to outline to justify, we are just moving in depth. Let's come to justify. Here, your opinion is asked. So what you need to do is, take one side, provide the reasons, evidence to support your thoughts, your opinion. But again, this opinion needs to be informed. For example, justify your choice of the most effective leadership style. Here, first you will define the most effective leadership style or give some insights about the topic, and then justify the choice by giving examples, reasoning. So these 3 topics I hope are clear to you. Now let's move to master prove, relate, comment and state. We have already covered most of the important topics, so we'll take these in brief. Let's take prove. Now here again you need to provide evidence to support your argument conclusively. But how is proof different from justification? In justification, your opinion might differ from another's opinion, right? There is room for others' opinion. While proving, you must ensure that there is no room left for doubt. For example, prove that the earth is round using scientific facts. This needs to be universal truth. There is no side for other opinion. So you need to jot down the facts. Therefore, the hold on facts and data is very important. Now let's come to comment. Here, your opinion is asked. So you need to provide your informed opinion, judgment with analysis and reflection, which means you will give some explanation, then you will reflect on those explanations and topic. Let's take an example. Comment on the significance of the civil rights movement in the US. Now in this case, how you are going to approach the question? You will express your opinions on how the civil rights movement impacted the society, the politics, and so on. Let's come to relate. Again, an icon for your understanding. There will be 2 topics given in the question and you just need to build linkages between them. For example, relate the concept of freedom to the idea of democracy. Define freedom, define the idea of democracy, establish linkages between them. Linkages, interrelationships, connections is the key while answering the questions having relate as the directive word. Let's come to state. Simply present the information clearly. Whilst writing the questions having this directive word, if you have good hold on facts, this will definitely help you in fetching more marks. For example, state the main principles of Newton's law of motion. Of course, there is no room for your opinion. What Newton has said, what are the laws? Just state those in your answer. Now, let's check the art of summarize, synthesize and suggest. These 3 directive words I guess are a bit common and easier for you to understand. So let's start with summarize. Summarize requires you to give a brief summary of all the points. That means from the given content you need to extract essential points. Here you need to focus on key points only. Just skip all the insignificant details. But you need to maintain the original meaning. Often while summarizing the content, what students do, they forget what the question was saying, what the intended meaning of the content was, and they just write in their own language. So you need to make sure that the original meaning is not lost. Let's take an example. Summarize the plot of Shakespeare Hamlet. Now here you need to be concise but as well as comprehensive. Now let's come to synthesize. Synthesize is often seen similar to relate, but while relating there are 2 distinct topics which you need to relate, which you need to build interrelationships, make connections. But while synthesizing, what you need to do is you take multiple ideas and then produce something new out of it. For example, you need to combine different ideas and produce a new understanding, a new perspective. Here, you need to find connections, you need to create new insights. Let's take an example. Synthesize the results of various studies on climate change. Now for questions like these, do you think you can answer this question without hold on facts? I don't think you can. So here you need to jot down all the facts, that is the results of all the studies on climate change, and then synthesize your answer. So for such facts, what you need to do? Don't panic. What you need to do is just take one register while coming across any fact, while scrolling social media, while reading newspaper, just write down that fact in concise bullet point, and before exam revise it once. Avoid giving in-depth explanation because you will never read it twice. So focus on concise facts. Now let's come to suggest. Suggest, of course, it requires possible solutions or recommendations or measures given by you, your opinion. So this is going to test out your problem solving capabilities. Let's take an example. Suggest the measures to reduce pollution in urban areas. Of course, while as an administrative officer, you are required to handle these real life problems. So questions like these are going to test your practical application of knowledge. Now let's come to some advanced directive words. Don't worry, this is just the end, okay? So just be patient. Trace, elucidate, and more. Let's start with trace. Here, you need to outline the development of something over time. Let's take an example. Trace the origins and development of internet. So you are going to start from APRANET, the beginning, and then discuss all the significant milestones and come to today, the contemporary time. Next, let's come to elucidate. Here, you need to make something clear and easy to understand with detailed examples and explanation. For example, elucidate the theory of evaluation. Here, what you're going to do? List down the theory of evolution given by Charles Darwin and then describe some key aspects like natural selection, etc. Another one, give an account of. Here, you need to present or describe the events in the steps, no personal opinion. For example, give an account of the events leading up to World War I. Now here you are going to describe the sequence of all the political, social and economic events that contributed to the outbreak of World War II. Next up is enumerate. Enumerate is similar to list, right? But no, where listing required you to write down the points in bullets or alphanumeric digits, here enumeration means list down the points but explain in brief. For example, enumerate the factors contributing to climate change, jot down the factors, explain them in brief. Next is interpret. Interpret as it is evident. Your personal opinion, your personal understanding is required. For example, interpret the findings of a scientific experiment. Now here, you need to draw conclusions based on your personal understanding, but again those conclusions must not be vague. They must be informed and as per UPSC or state services standard. Next up is elaborate. Here you need to express greater detail, additional information and a bit of more comprehensive answer. For example, elaborate the causes of French Revolution. So you will go in more detail writing about the causes. Here you can use a structure like the introduction, body, subheadings and brief explanation. Another subheadings and brief explanation. Next up is, do you agree? This is again an opinion based question. Here what you need to keep in mind is do not pass one-sided judgment, which students often do. They just read the question and pass one-sided judgment. As an officer, you are required to develop a balanced approach. So argue for and against the topic and then give a balanced opinion. So these are a bit of more sophisticated keywords, but trust me, if you will understand these directive words, if you will give 10 seconds to the question while understanding these directive words, then in another 10 minutes you will be able to write an enriched UPSC answer or state answer, and then ultimately you will get good rank in exams. So that's it for today. But tomorrow we'll be coming up with our next lecture, which will deal with model answer. So in that model answer, our approach will be, first we'll take one content, we'll give you brief explanation on that content. From that content, we'll take a question and then give you a model answer. While giving that model answer, we will tell you about strategic insights. That is, what are the mistakes which you need to avoid while writing answers. Also, you can join our group Prudent IS Answer Writing on Telegram. The link of this group will be given in the description box below. In this group, we will be giving you the question in advance a day prior to our video. So what you can do is you can upload your answers on the model question. Here you will be able to do peer-to-peer interactions. You will be able to access others' answers. Others will be able to evaluate your answer. Also, we will pick up one answer which we'll evaluate free of cost. Thanks for watching.